I finished the year at 161%, which was the strongest attainment I've had at HubSpot so far. Deal control, once an evaluation was underway, just by having more people bought in and engaged and receptive to what I was bringing to them. I think he's got to be one of the brighter minds in software sales and custom build strategies for every client. Hey, this is Spencer Judge, Corporate Account Executive at HubSpot, leaving a testimonial for Brandon Klosser, Sales Coaching. Brandon and I started working together last year, early mid 2025. I had just come off a pretty strong 2024, but felt like I had more in the tank. I could up-level my performance and my game, and Brandon reached out right around then, so super timely. And my first impression of Brandon was he certainly practices what he preaches when it comes to prospecting. His follow-up was relentless, but more importantly, he was adding value with every touch point. He was sharing resources and materials that were helpful to my day-to-day, assets he had built. And I just thought, if this landed so well with me and was appreciated by me, maybe it could with my own prospects and customers alike. So got connected, kicked off a small coaching engagement, and it was a really great experience. We've been working together ever since. In case anyone's considering working with him or reading his book, here are a couple things about him as a coach and then just his approach that stand out. One is everything is super custom to the individual rep, to the territory, to the product, to the market dynamics, to all of it. Of course, he knows broader sales and software theory. I think he's got to be one of the brighter minds in software sales. But rather than just sharing that, he dives right into the nitty-gritty details on day one and custom build strategies for every client. And if something doesn't work, really quick to drop it and move on to the next idea until you do find something that works really well. Second is he's extremely responsive via text or phone calls, even in between coaching sessions. And he's proactive about checking in, seeing how things are going. Have you done XYZ things that we talked about doing on this timeline? So he's holding me accountable, which goes a long way in the role. And then last and most importantly, everything you do with him is through this lens of educating prospects and customers. So we were just focused on bringing really unique opportunities to clients, that things they hadn't considered before. And once engaged in an evaluation, it was the same thing, continually educating those folks and even educating new stakeholders that I previously hadn't even considered trying to get involved in the evaluation process. So all of that had a really positive snowball effect. I was able to book meetings more easily, continue to get meetings from those folks because I was adding value during those calls more than I had previously. Deal control, once an evaluation was underway, just by having more people bought in and engaged and receptive to what I was bringing to them. And at the end of the year, the biggest win for me was I had more customers now that were thanking me for bringing them opportunities they had never considered, actually putting them in the market and unlocking big wins for them, whether that's cost savings, whether that's new go-to-market opportunities, whatever it was, helping customers and individuals. I mean, what's better than that? And that in turn helped my performance. I finished the year at 161%, which was the strongest attainment I've had at HubSpot so far. And obviously I was fired up about that too. So if you're considering working with Brandon or reading his book, I say go for it. He has my highest recommendation.